Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Good morning from Los Angeles. This is Dr. Erin, teaching metaphysics, teaching spirituality, teaching universal law, wisdom, and love. So I want to hack through the concept of dating and romantic love. I want to hack through this delusion that we are living, because everywhere I go right now is a conversation about dating. I've been on dating panels lately, dating shows. I've had people on my show, expert, because it is a big topic. We have the younger generations are actually moving away from traditional marriage. It's predicted that we're going to go dramatically down in the commitment of marriage, which I don't have necessarily an opinion on. I literally just know the truth for people and know that life is unfolding perfectly. But I do know that people desire love and connection. And so we're going to give you some divine dating advice today for men and women, because I personally know and have experienced some major issues in my love life, I actually dealt with major codependency earlier in my life. And let me tell you, I was a hot mess when it came to dating and relationships. I was one of those very needy women that could never totally be fulfilled. I would place my happiness, my fulfillment contingent upon how my relationship was going. And it was a nightmare. You know, I literally would expect, I had so many expectations, and I would project so many of my own insecurities, and I would have to dramatize and play out my story of being abandoned. So let me tell you, I had to do a lot of inner healing. I sought a lot of counsel, and I finally found an incredible, amazing coach, John Raffanello, in the realm of metaphysics of relationships. And it changed my entire world. And I can honestly say that I've been freed up to really learn about love and the dynamics of it. So here we go. Get out a pen and paper. This is some really important stuff. It's in my book as well, but we're going to give you some hacks, some distinctions today, some great advice from a metaphysical standpoint. So let's begin by just taking a deep breath. Knowing that right here and right now is a divine day to step into your full power of love. It is who you are. And so beginning with a quote from Rumi, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. And so that brings me to my first quote. My first spiritual axiom, which is the primary relationship is within. All other relationships are the projection and the reflection of your ability or inability to love. This is my mantra when it comes to love, to dating, to relationships, to any of that stuff for any of my clients. So again, I'm going to read it. The primary relationship is within. It's between you and your higher self with spirit. All other relationships are the projection and reflection of your ability or inability to love. So guess what? Love is not out there. So my first tip and hack for dating advice is to not look for love from somebody. It's impossible. Until you love yourself, it's impossible to even receive love fully from somebody else. And I'll never forget, there's a great talk by Werner Erhard years ago. I don't even think it's out there in the public. And he talks about relationships and how relationships are really just how you relate to somebody, but that it's really about an entanglement, that all relationships are, romantic love is just an entanglement. And romantic love is really unattainable. And I know there may be many people out there that are in great romantic relationship and they go, no, that's not true. But this is the myth. The thought that you can arrive to some destination of romantic love is a lie. And the reason why it's important to realize this is a lie, because it's actually something that needs to be created every single day. If you want to have romantic love, if that's what you're seeking, you have to be that. You have to commit to actually creating that every single day. So it's really a delusional concept that you're going to arrive to some destination of happily ever after. Emotions are fleeting, and they are the actually the effect of the primary cause, which is really you, the love that's within you that's creating that. So I'm going to give you some tips. There's 4 tips I'm going to give you for advice for relationships, for dating, okay? Number 1 is to love yourself. You've got to get into that space where you know that nothing out there is ever going to fulfill you. No one can be your fulfillment, as we saw in the famous line of the movie, "You complete me." Well, guess what? No one can complete you. You have to complete yourself. So number 1 thing is to love yourself. If you're going out dating, know that you can't seek for love. You can't seek to be fulfilled. You can't seek for any of that. It's impossible until you actually generate creating that within your relationships. Number 2 is having clarity. I think so many people are dating out there and they don't know what the hell they want. Oh, I want someone who's rich. No, I want someone who's good looking. No, I want someone who is XYZ. No, I want somebody who, can stand on their head and do cartwheels and make me laugh all day long. The reality is that you need to have clarity. What is it that you want? Are you seeking romance? Is that what you seek? Are you seeking sex? Are you seeking to create a family with somebody? Or creating something higher good with somebody? So you need to know, what is it that what's your goal? What's your goal of dating? Is it just to have a good time for the night? Is it to, find a long-term relationship? Most people say they want one thing and then they do another thing. So having clarity, what is it that you truly want? What's your goal in dating? And I would bet, 97% of the population won't be able to give you a straight answer, because we know that only 3% of the population has goals. So have a goal. What's your goal in dating? Number 3 is to be that which you seek. We know this through the law of attraction and through universal law. Like attracts like. So if you're seeking somebody who is brilliant, gorgeous, wealthy, all those things, you better point the finger back at yourself and ask yourself, are you those things, right? And hopefully it's for the highest good. So if you are seeking someone that's making a difference in the world, are you making a difference in the world? And number 4 is basically focus on the positive. The universe reflects back our emotions and our feelings, what we are vibrating. You're like a radio station sending out radio waves, right? If you don't have the attitude of gratitude and focus on the positive, the universe can't send you more of, something good when you can't even receive what's in front of you. It's impossible. So the biggest distinction are those 4 things. So loving yourself, having clarity about what you want, and then number 3 is being that which you seek, and number 4 is focusing on the positive. But this is the reality. There's 3 levels of love. The first level is really what's in it for me. The second level is what's in it for us. And the third level is what's in it for the highest good. And so if you're seeking a relationship for what's in it for me, or maybe what's in it for us, the reality is that life and spirit is not designed that way. We're not here to have it be about the individual. We are to be expressed as an individual, but really we have to be for the highest good. And so the reality is that this is why I believe relationships are not really working out. We have, what the stats on marriage are, even as of right now, 90% of people, marry by the age of 50. But the reality is that all first marriages, 60% of them, close to 60% of them end in divorce. And the reality is that very few marriages actually thrive. Very few people are actually happy in relationship. And it's because they're coming from the standpoint of what's in it for me. If they lived for what's in it for us, or from what's in it for the highest good, that's where people move past. Because the reality is that there's hard times. The reality is that you probably won't be totally fulfilled with one person all the time. It's impossible. We're human. We have personalities. We have our own crap, every single one of us. The only relationships that truly last are ones that are committed. Commitment is what makes relationships last, through the good times, the bad times. And so few people are committed. And the younger generations are actually moving away from marriage because if we're truly a selfish and divided culture, we have like detachment disorder, right? And so it's always just a fleeting, if we're going for emotions, it's fleeting. So relationships will be fleeting. So look, I completely believe in the power of you being expressed however that is, and we have free will. And so I know that today, the daily spiritual practice is to go within and ask Spirit, your higher self, how can you serve today? How can you serve? Instead of asking to get, how can you give today? And the daily challenge is to do a random act of kindness. Love somebody. Don't seek for love, give love. Today is all about giving love. And so I invite you to take a look at this hard, because dating advice, really, you got to just look at it. Love yourself. Have clarity of what you truly want to do. What is the goal of this? And are you being that which you seek? And then focusing on the positive. So today, I know that if you've benefited from this conversation, please like, share, and comment, and share this with somebody who you feel like could have a breakthrough around dating, okay? You can find me at drerin.tv. You can get my free app that has 30 guided meditations and lessons and interviews from Focus TV and all that good stuff, you guys. And so I know today is a divine day to live empowered, whether you're dating, whether you're in a relationship, whether you are in a marriage, knowing that you get to live your truth. Have a great day from Los Angeles, from around the globe. I love you guys. Peace out.